For most people, never in our lives will we imagine ourselves meeting people through the webcam, day in, day out. Some say we dress to impress, but more importantly now, how you present yourself with your surrounding affects how people perceive you. Hi, I'm Leonard. I'm an interior architecture designer. These are some of the things you could look out for to set up your next video conference call. So what does my background tell you about me? So I work in a construction site and I have a ton of materials here with sample boards and other brochures. So you're able to guess what I do, but at the same time you might think I'm messy as well. So that's how my background actually looks like. This is what we portray ourselves to the world. Now we're stuck at home doing conference call most of the time. How could we position ourselves better in terms of creating an image that would speak for ourselves? A couple of things you could actually look out for when you're placing your video camera. So number one, if you're noticing this few lines on top that's leading towards my head, I think that's a good start where you create some dynamism in your background, where it feels like the focus of attention is towards your head. But at the same time, you would want to straighten up these lines and the entire perspective of your camera. I'm here with a plain background. It doesn't tell much about who I am, but for a good starting point, you might think I'm probably a minimalist and I do not like cluttering my space. That is some sort of visual cue that we are talking about. So what represents you is extremely important. I'm going to run you through my office with various backgrounds and lighting quality. So if you notice, this is really a very nice clean background, even though you can kind of see some mess behind in the space. But it ultimately shows you that there are clean lines, that it probably frames your person up. And as I move forward, this is probably not something you would want to show for your background, and you can start seeing the messiness that's happening behind. You can kind of show this to people, but that doesn't seem like a very appealing background. And if you notice how the light hits the back of my head, it's really glaring and it's not really comfortable for viewers. Same goes to this direction. So as I move backward, you could kind of find like some sort of niche spaces that would present a nicer background. Many people tend to put their laptops on the table and it's a low perspective looking up to the person. It's not very flattering for the face and you're seeing up my nose. Well, here's a quick fix. All you need is stacking up some books and place your laptop on it. You could also use shoe boxes or empty boxes as long as the camera is at your eye level. One of the greatest challenges during the MCO is to find the best spot for video conferencing. So now we are talking about lighting. This is definitely not something you want to do where you position your back against a bright window. What it does is it creates this blown out exposure and your face will eventually look dark. So what you do is position your body side against the window, so it creates a very natural tonality of exposure on your face, and that's how you don't create shadows and extremely blown out exposure. And this is how you want to present to your audience. So these are some of the things you could look out for in curating a personalized environment that represents you best. Keep inspiring and stay safe.